Okay. So what I did this time was I've got Zoom on my computer and then I have Whatnot on my phone. And then it streams over to Facebook and YouTube. So I'm going to try that today and see how it goes because they can hear who's talking on Zoom, I think, through Facebook or Whatnot or wherever. Um, we'll see. We're just going to play with that, figure out how to do it. We'll just play with it and see how it goes. We need to have a creek day here pretty soon. You guys got to come check this creek out over here. It is so cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's like about as wide as like the creek down at the campground, the river, you know, it's about the same width, but it's shallow. So like little man can just have a blast down there and isn't going to need a life jacket. It's not fast. It's just creek, you know? And, but like the whole creek bed all the way across and like forever long is just like one solid, huge flat rock. It is awesome. It's like so cool. And we've been finding these fossils.
Yeah, like crinoid
Yeah.
stem looking things.
Uh-huh.
Those are awesome.
And then have you seen the Weeblo rocks yet?
Well, I think I might have seen on one of your other, yeah.
So like millions of years ago, there was a meteor that hit there. And the meteor was 12 miles wide and it was shallow ocean at that point in time. And when the meteor hit, it shot green shale all up into the air everywhere, you know, from the impact. And then so the green shale was kind of like clay and it collected all the different minerals and, you know, components of the earth that got shot up into the air. And then as they were coming back down, just like how rain, you know, going through the air, it shaped them in balls and they hit that water and it just kind of solidified them into these balls. And they are so freaking cool. And so, like, some of them have meteor in them, some of them are like real quartzy and have like just they're just really cool and they're all over down there in that creek, all different sizes. I got a couple of them in here. This one looks like a meteor.
It does.
Isn't it awesome? Or like a moon or something.
Yeah. Luke wants me to show you my newest thing. I actually got it like several months ago, but
Ooh, he's awesome. Is it volcanic?
Gotten him and yeah, I think it might have been like I want to say serpentine, but that's not what I'm thinking of.
Septarian?
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of looks like volcanic.
In like February, and I had an open box with this lady, and then she just messaged me like a few weeks ago and was like, "Hey, I still got that." Oh crap! Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
Did you ever get that amethyst back?
no.
No.
No, yeah, she never contacted me to meet up, and at this point now, it's like, no, you're just keeping it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. Good.
Yeah, that was a bit ridiculous.
Did you see my new quartz tower? Check this thing out.
Oh, dang.
Isn't it cool?
That is cool. Is that just clear?
Yeah. It's got like a lot of inclusions, like a lot of golden, iron inclusions, golden healer down through the bottom here. And it's got a couple up here. But it's like a clear. It's like 2 feet tall. Isn't that awesome? It probably weighs like 5 or 6 pounds. I need to weigh it. And it actually stands by itself, but I got the base for it because, kind of I don't want to just shatter the dang thing. Isn't that cool
like
though?
Diamond sword.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's awesome.
It's heavy too. There are a couple more people I thought were going to get on this morning. They might not. That's okay, but we'll see. All right, so we got the chat. Let's see what this does real quick.
It's just me.
Oh, fancy. So can you see the whiteboard thing?
Yeah. I don't see you anymore, but I can draw. Oh, and you're drawing too.
Hi, Christina. Oh, see, I can still see you up top. You can't see me up there? We're playing with Zoom.
Oh, good. Are you on your computer? Mine says it's preparing my whiteboard experience.
I know, right? That's why I was like, let's check this out.
I am looking rough today, girl. Sorry.
It's all right.
Hey guys, if there's any guys
Not yet, not
looking
yet.
rough today too.
Me too.
Oh well, good. We can look rough together.
That's right. Well, and like I was telling Felicity, I know a lot of people have kids going back to school this week and stuff. And I had planned on doing a little bit of marketing because I do the whatnot sales, and I've got quite a bit of interest in doing a group like this. And I was like, well, maybe I should wait. And I'm like, no, damn it. If you don't start, you're not ever going to start. So just do it. Even if you're there by yourself for an hour, just do it.
Kind of like going live, which I have not got the courage to do yet.
Yeah.
Not got the courage to do that yet.
Well, this might help,
Yeah. I've got to come out of my little shell.
Mm-hmm.
My little hermit shell that I have built over the last few years that was not like me at all.
Right? Yeah, this might help because
I've done live with a couple.
Yeah.
Sample. But after doing them and then just sitting there, I felt like weird, and then now I won't do it again. I want to do it again, but I don't want to do it again.
Do it.
Go for it.
You should try the whatnot, Felicity.
Yeah. Having mode. Oops, I don't know what I'm doing.
It's like
all I'm seeing is drawing.
See, I can see you guys still. You can't see me.
I think it's because I'm on my phone.
Oh.
I'm on my phone too.
Oh, I'm on my computer, so my screen is like split. So the bottom half is the whiteboard, and then you guys are at the top.
Mine's just whiteboard.
Okay.
If I'm making funny faces, I'm glad you're the only one who can see it.
Yeah, I think if somebody's on there. Okay, so let's try something else now. All right, we're going to close the whiteboard.
Oh, I see you now. And I see me.
Yay! Okay.
We are moving at the beginning of next month, so I will have a different. I'll have my own quiet space.
Yeah. Did you find a place?
Well, my daughter did, and it's got 2 master bedrooms, which is so nice because I'll have my own bathroom.
Nice.
My bedroom.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna stay there for like just a few months just to get back on my feet because my mom, they found a house and we weren't expecting to move till January, so I thought I'd be okay. But found a house that's available now, and so that's what we're doing.
Right on. Good deal. Good deal. And so has mom found a place to move to?
She actually had applied for some senior apartments, and there were 19 people in front of her, which I was like, 6 colors ahead of us, Jimmy. I don't know why that pops into my head all the time. But, and they went through the list and come to find out everybody else had basically found spots, and so she's moving in next month as well.
Well, very cool. Right on. See, that all worked out good.
Mm-hmm.
That all worked out good.
Yeah, so.
Okay, now I want to see. I'm going to try to share my screen with you guys just to see how this works, because I do have some things I want to show you, not necessarily today, but we're going to try this.
Oh, there we go. Oh, now it changed.
Okay.
Hey, I see you.
So can you see my screen then?
Yeah, now I can see, yeah.
Can you see me too, or just the screen?
I see you now.
Yeah, I see you when you start talking, and then it like switches back and forth between you and Christina.
Like based on who's
talking?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you can see my Pandora page.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so that's easy enough. It doesn't, I guess you can just see whatever's on my screen. So can you guys see like my background and my things over here?
Yeah.
Can you see your picture over here?
Not on your screen.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's easy enough. That's easy enough. Okay.
Sweet.
You can get it back.
Well, very cool. So then we can put, okay, we can put notes in here. Let's try a note, see what it looks like.
I'm sure that just showed everybody just because I coughed. Here I am.
Felicity's celebrating.
I figured out that if I swipe, if I swipe, then I can see you both at the same time, and it doesn't do the back and forth thing.
I was getting ready to see that because I saw the 3 dots at the bottom, and I'm like,
What's this?
I know that I've used it before, but it's been a while. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that, but I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay. Oops. Yeah. I see all 3 of you. All 3 of you. All 3 of us. Listen, y'all. I had a very emotionally, mentally exhausting weekend with 5 grandchildren the whole time. I am literally I was
I had,
That's rough.
yep, I had my daughter's friend over here for a week, and then she left, and my nephew came, and he was here for almost a week, and then my other nephew came for the weekend. So Saturday night, Dusty was like, "Mom, I'm tired. It's time for everybody to go home." I don't expect that little girl to get out of bed today. She is gonna
I don't
sleep.
blame her.
She's at company for like 2
Yep.
weeks. She is tired.
It's like hosting a dinner party for 2 weeks straight.
Just like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner party.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's worse.
I know. And I'm like, what do you guys want? Oh my gosh, leave me alone.
Yes. Well, the 5-year-old has ADHD. He has not been clinically diagnosed, but I went through this with his mother, and his mother knows too. And ADHD, ODD. He pushed his older brother off his bike and bruised it so bad it almost broke it.
Aw.
And I'm like, dude, you can't act like, I said, you can't react to things like that just because you're mad because you lost a race. You could have killed him. What if he'd hit his head on the pavement? So I'm stressed. And then the next freaking day, he pushed his 4-year-old brother off the top of the table head first. And I'm like, dude, you could have killed him too. I'm like, you gotta stop. I'm like, you can't rage react. Trust me, I know.
My little nephew's too, and he's like that. He is so violent. He's the violentest little thing, and he gets so intense about stuff and just starts shaking. I'm like, whoa. Calm down, kid.
Rosen makes me feel so much better.
He does. He does.
Like this too.
He just, and he'll just start shaking, like the dog was licking his face, and he didn't want the dog licking his face. Hi. What are you doing? Yeah.
You heard me in the kitchen. I was like, Chrissy sent me a Zoom link, and then in like the living room, I hear Chrissy. Like, yeah.
What are you guys doing this weekend? Like 5 days from
now. His parents were gonna come, but they got COVID, so
maybe Saturday you guys could come over and we can go play in the creek. We could meet you there.
That would be.
It's like right off of 13, so it's even closer than my house, but it's such a cool creek. We can just go down there and hang out.
That'd be sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You could come too.
That's why I had a lot of the kids all weekend. Yeah. I gotta get my car's tags renewed. That's why I had the kids most of the week, because mom has COVID and the baby, who's 6 months old, has COVID. Which and now my mom's got it too. I'm hoping I've lucked out. My immune system's pretty strong. Thank goodness. And I usually don't get it. But the baby and my mom and the baby's mom, my daughter, had it, and I'm like, oh boy. So I had all of the children, and it's too much for me. It's too much, because they're 7, 5, 4, and 3. Just turned 3 in August, just turned 4 in June, and then you got the ADHD with ODD, and I'm like, I was like, nobody better ask me for a fucking thing today. I'm gonna rage scream. I'm like, I gotta get my shit together. I'm like, I know I need to mentally regroup. I'm like, I haven't been able to listen to my meditations. I've barely been able to pee. I didn't shower for 3 days. And I'm like, I'm so gross. I can't even take clothes. I'm like, I just want to crawl in a hole and cry.
Right. Just hide for a minute.
Yes. That's okay, because he's here, but he's 7, and he starts school tomorrow. But I'm like, I have a meeting. I'll be back. I'll fix you some breakfast. Here we go. And so that's why I was late. But yeah,
that's okay.
Oh yeah.
They go to Lebanon school.
Mentally regroup today.
Yeah, they go to Lebanon. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's kind of for me too, because like I said, I've had these kids at my house for the last 2 weeks, and it just seems like it's been so busy. We like the week before that we did birthday party, and like it's see, I can't even talk about it all, and my brain's just like
I get it. Yeah.
Well, I had to do the whole court
Yeah.
thing. That was ridiculous.
Right.
Have they called you, Felicity?
Who?
Have the lawyers got a hold of you yet? You might expect
No,
that.
they also just changed my phone number.
You might expect that. So I went last week, well, 2 weeks ago, they called. They summoned me. They showed up at mom's house with summons to court for me as a witness for the Bulldogs case from the accident.
Yeah.
And talked on the phone with the lawyers 2 weeks ago. Well, then last week I had to go to the courthouse here in Osceola and meet with the lawyers for what do they call it? Disciplinary or some shit testimony, basically. And I was there for 4.5 hours. It was me, a court recorder, and 4 lawyers, right? And so yeah, 4.5 hours I was there talking to one of the lawyers. The other 3 didn't even get a chance to start asking questions. It was fucking ridiculous. And so, but one of the things they brought up was who all was on staff that night, who all was working, and you're on there, you know. And they're like, well, do you think this person's seen the accident? Do you think this? I'm like, how am I supposed to know who's seen what? Like that night was such a fucking clusterfuck. I don't know who's seen what, And so they were talking about that they would be getting testimonies from everybody that was on staff. So you might expect that. But
all right.
Yeah, but they wanted mine, and I tried getting out of it, and the judge said no. The lawyers all said no. So it's a wrongful death suit from his sister, from JT's sister, filed for wrongful death against Bulldogs and against Jerry that was driving. And then there's also a workers' comp suit against Bulldogs and against Jerry. And so it's like a whole big deal, right? And they decided that my testimony would be like the key to all of it, even though I didn't see the actual accident. I seen the whole series of everything. I was the bartender that was working, blah blah blah. But I mean, fucking ridiculous. So he asked me, just for example, I mean, I was there for 4.5 hours, but he was like, well, so were there any cracks in the parking lot? And I'm like, well, it's a paved parking lot that's probably 40 years old. So yeah, there were some cracks in it. And he's like, well, would you say they were obstructing? And I'm like, no, I would not say they were obstructing. he would be like, well, but was it level? It's like, I mean, just nonstop. And I was like, I feel like I'm trying to explain to my 2-year-old nephew why he can't eat the entire bag of ice, the entire box of ice cream before dinner. Like, this is ridiculous, man. I need a cigarette. We're gonna have to take a break. 4.5 hours of that.
Yeah.
Just
Oh.
Wow. And so at 4.5 hours, we actually got kicked out of the courthouse. The courthouse closed. So it was paused and to be continued at an undetermined date. So I've got to go back and do it again for probably another 4.5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man. And then, like, it just wore me out. It just exhausted me completely, I came home and I had a headache and took some ibuprofen and drank some water and took a nap and got up and took a shower and went back to sleep. And Friday, I was just felt like I was hungover all day, and like, it was ridiculous. But they did bring that up. So
completely, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. So you might just expect that.
Damn. All right. That's Jesus.
Yeah. Well, and they found.
I get to go to court next week after next.
Yeah.
Not for that, obviously.
What are you going to court for?
Because in the divorce, my ex-husband got ordered to pay me a settlement because I let him have the house that I paid for and the truck that I paid for and all this and the furnishings, and he was supposed to pay me for it. Well, we settled on like half the amount that he should have had to pay me, which, whatever. I'll take that as long as I am divorced from this piece of shit, narcissistic, toxic parasite. But he didn't even attempt to get the money. He had 90 days from the court judgment to get it, and he didn't even attempt until it was after the 90 days, and they threatened him with contempt of court. And so now he's given his money to his attorney, who says give it to mine, but he's $4,000 short. So we've got to enforce the judgment, and then we're going to make him pay the added attorney costs because it was due to his negligence.
Right.
So yeah, I have a conference with my attorney Thursday afternoon, and then Tuesday after that we go to court to enforce the judgment to get the rest of the money.
Uh-huh. So, well, that sounds like it's just...
I've been waiting 4 years.
Right. This accident was 4 years ago, right? I think it was 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was. Wow. So what did they find? Did they find any?
They're still...
Anything else?
Yeah, there's still... Like I said, we got cut off, so my portion of the whole deal is to be continued. I have to go sit with them again. So it's all still... Who knows? But... And they give me the whole, well, you can't discuss all the details and you're not supposed, and I'm like, whatever, dude, that's fine. Not that I'm not going to share a little bit, but I can't sit here and tell you about, I could tell you about the ridiculousness of it. After it's all said and done, I'd be glad to, I probably will share the whole story because it is quite a story, but I can't really share it all right now. So it's like, whatever. Yeah, but they're ridiculous. They really are. Like talking to a fucking 2-year-old for 4 hours straight, answering the same, and then you'd be like, well, did you say? It's like, no, that's not what I said. What I said was, and he'd be like, well, did you mean? Well, no, that's not what I meant. What I meant was what I said, over and over and over and over again. It was like, good golly.
Yeah.
Did you slip up?
Yeah. Luke said they're trying to get you to slip up. That's just like, it's making my stomach turn just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No good. No good at all. It did. It kind of fucked me up for like I said, I came home. I was sick, man. Friday, I felt so hungover. I was just like, couldn't function after 4.5 hours of that. It was dumb.
Right.
It was dumb.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm like, really? We got to do this again? I tried getting them. I was like, listen, the courthouse might be closed, but we could go sit in the pavilion outside and finish this up because I really don't want to do this again, And they're like, oh, it's too hot out there. I'm like, fucking grow a pair, okay?
For real.
And it wasn't even like one of the really hot days. It was probably 80 or whatever, but it wasn't like super hot or nothing. It was a nice shaded pavilion out there. I'm like, let's just go out there and finish this. And they wouldn't, none of them agree.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Pansies. Bunch of pansies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just tell them that next time they call you. I'm like, no, it's too hot in there.
Like, you're going to have to find somewhere with air conditioning, guys, because the courthouse room was a little warm for my comfort.
Yeah.
Well,
or you can pull one over like, oh, it's too cold in there for me. I like the outdoors.
Yeah. Well, and so
be in my element.
The lawyer that started was the prosecuting lawyer, right? And the other 3 lawyers were all defending lawyers. One of them I called Mr. Giggles because I'm kind of a smartass by nature, right? And so after the first hour, this guy has got me kind of frustrated. So my smartass is starting to come out, And so he would ask me a question. And by this point, instead of just answering the question, I'm like, well, so I'm not sure I understand the question. Are you asking me this or are you asking me that? And Mr. Giggle lawyer over there is like, So I probably prolonged the process with my smart acidness, you know, but it just got ridiculous. I just couldn't help it anymore. I'm like, you're fucking being ridiculous. Like, what am I supposed to say at this point in time? Like, I don't quite understand what you're asking because, you know, his questions are like all roundabout and retarded, you know, and I'm like, so wait a minute. I'm not quite sure I understand. Were you wanting to know about this or were you wanting to know about that? You know, so bad. It was so bad. It's like,
I feel like I would have done the same questions, wording it.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
20 freaking times.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do.
That's what he did. That's what he did. So I'll be glad when that's like
He used to work for an attorney.
Done. But
yeah,
is what it is, I guess. Is what it is.
Yeah, my court stuff isn't like even a quarter of that stressful and any of that going on, but it's still it's still stressful enough. Just being in court alone is just.
It is. Well, and it's all greed, you know, it's all greed. It's like, why can't people just do the right thing? And then none of us would have to any of this, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, if dipshit would have paid me
right
for the house, I wouldn't have, like, the thing is, like, I left him over 4 years ago, and with the intent of getting a divorce. He knew this. He knew. But when it came down to it, he was supposed to buy my house for me for the full amount that I paid for it. And then we were just gonna, I was taking my stuff, he was taking his. But, you know, somehow in the midst of it, when I started asking him for the money and to sign the paperwork, he got sick and he was dying. He was dying for a year and a half. A year and a half, this man was dying. And I was like, God, would you just die already? I'm sorry. But you know, I'm like, if you're going to really die, would you just do it already? And then he finally went to the doctor. He was either had a brain tumor or a slip disc, and the disc could slip at any time and sever his spinal cord and kill him instantly, or he was going to have surgery that was really, really dangerous surgery. And then when he went to the doctor to find out what his options were, they sent him home and told him to do neck traction at home. It was so serious. And so he couldn't use that excuse anymore. And so finally I got a lawyer because, neck traction at home. Not even at a rehab facility, but at home. So finally he knew, and I got an attorney because I was sick of waiting. This had been 3 years already. And then they put it off. Like, my lawyer had to get a court date for his lawyer to even respond. And it was still uncontested. It was uncontested. And I'm like, dude, just get your shit, do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You've known for 4 years that you were supposed to pay money. It's not, you've been living in my house rent free while I've been having to pay rent. So I feel no pity for you. And then even after the judgment was finalized and everything, he still didn't do anything about it. And so we have to go back to court. So there's more attorney fees. And it's like, it's costing me more than the uncontested divorce amount. Because, like, that cost me $1,500. Well, now I've got attorney fees for $1,600, and we haven't even gone to court yet. So that's going to be about $2,000 that they're taking out of my money that he has to pay me, and he's already $4,000 short. And so they're adding that on.
Yeah.
I can pay for it because it wouldn't have had to go this long if he would have done what he was supposed to.
Right.
So yeah, I'm like, just do what you're supposed to do. But thankfully, I'm divorced from him now. So.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Never again. Never a foot again.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think that's why I've been single for 4 years and not even entertained anyone. Okay, 2 guys I talked to, but that was it. Like, it didn't even go any further than that. I was like, red flags, red flags, red flags. No, we're good. We're good.
Right.
I need to heal myself anyway, so I was not even remotely interested in talking to anybody or dating. So
Definitely.
I don't have time. So
well, you got to have that recovery time, you
like,
know,
I got my grandkids, people.
that personal time and that, yeah,
Like,
for
I got
sure.
my grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I go to concerts. So sorry. Don't got time for you. I ain't telling you where I'm going. Hey, don't disrupt my peace.
Don't have to.
Nope.
Yep.
Absolutely not. I just want my own place with maybe a little land where I can just listen to my music as loud as I freaking want while I'm cleaning and do my sessions at home whenever I get my certification because I got to wait on Dummy to give me the money for that.
Right.
And I'm just like, I'm so sick of him being delaying everything in my life. My life is literally on hold because I mean, let's face it, I do cryotherapy, and right now people are worried about buying groceries instead of taking care of their skin and losing weight, stuff like that. Which I get that.
Lose some weight when you can't afford groceries.
Yeah, right. But we can. I mean, I can freeze that fat and tighten that skin, but they got to have the money to do it first. So.
Yeah.
And then 2 factories in town. Like, this is a factory town, and like 2 factories in town have laid off. Like, one laid off over 140 people last week. Another one laid off 40 people. And then there's talks of another one shutting down, and it's like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? But we cannot focus on the doom and gloom. So
that's right.
just gotta get it out there and
keep going.
hope for the best.
That's right. Just keep on keeping on. Well, I think this is going to be
I can't even afford to not live with my daughter.
Yeah. Well, and you know that's not necessarily a bad thing, though. You know, a lot of people are starting to do that now again because the cost of living's gotten so crazy. You know.
Yeah.
As long as you got some space, man, roll with it.
Exactly. Yeah, and like I said, the kids will be in school after this week, and they're so silly.
Yep. Yep. Well, I think this will be fun, guys. We're going to start doing this every Monday at 11. I have different curriculum things that I've gathered over the course of taking my classes and doing my classes and stuff that I plan on. We'll have like a topic every week. So it might be like tarot card week, or it might be, Akashic Records week, or we might do like past lives week. And we'll just have a different topic every week. And so that'll be the topic. And then I'll get on and start the day with just my experience and kind of what the topic is, and just an overview of it. And then we can all just kind of collaborate and share and network and hang out and learn and talk about and discuss all those awesome things that there are. So pretty, pretty relaxed kind of thing, not like super structured or anything, just topic more for guideline instead of like, this is how it has to go,
Right.
But I have had several people that are like, hey, we should start doing some kind of group thing. And, I've had a couple people like, oh, I wish you lived closer and we could like meet up and do this. And I'm like, well, why don't we just do this like on Zoom? Because then we can all be wherever, And if you can't make it this week, that's okay. And like, even if I can't make it, the meeting can still pop up and it'll just have host on there and everybody else can still meet, So it can just be like a set scheduled weekly thing and we can just keep growing with it. I do this one Zoom meeting with my class that I do the Akashic Records with, and there's like 300 people on there. It's so cool.
Wow.
And they're all, and that is a class. It's learning how to do Akashic record readings and stuff, so it's a little bit different setting. And she like mutes everybody because there's so many people on there, you wouldn't be able to hear anything because you see the yellow box will click over and like light up every time there's a sound in your background, even, So in those classes, there's so much going on. Everybody's muted, and then she'll unmute you like in the chat. You'll be like, "Oh hey," and then she'll unmute that person so they can talk for a minute, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of neat, but I think we should just I think it'll be fun. And now my screen's doing something weird. Oh, you raised your hand.
Because I put my right hand. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So that's how, oh, where'd you do that at?
Under the reactions.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
I scrolled left. And I was just checking things out. Like,
yeah. Me too. I've done a few like.
Oh, I see reactions. Okay.
I've done a few private, just like one-on-one, like I do with Christina, Zoom, but I haven't ever hosted any of the group ones that I'm like, okay, well, we need to get on here and kind of play with it too and see how all these features work and stuff. I do like the whiteboard thing. That's pretty cool. See, that would have been handy when I was trying to show you the heart space the other day when I was trying to show you the heart space. If I could have just popped that up on the screen instead of like trying to reverse, you know.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But it's learning. We're all learning and I love it.
I know it. Let's collaborate. Begin.
Girl, we're her guinea pigs.
You are.
Yeah. I'm down.
I know, me too. Thank you guys. I appreciate you both.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I appreciate you too. Absolutely.
Thank you. It says we can like share notes, but it's not letting me. It says I have to log in. I'm like, well, I am logged in and I'm hosting the show. What do you mean I have to log in? That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at my little options down here. It says share, like I can share something, probably a photo. I don't want to share any of that. I don't have anything. Oh, I see notes.
Can you can you share a note?
Let me look. I'm gonna click it. Notes. Who knows what's gonna happen? Oh.
See, mine just says sign in.
Oh, mine says invitation to take notes.
The notes.
Okay, so start collaborating.
I just got an invitation. Oh.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I guess I sent an invitation. I put doo-doo-doo and I see da.
So I can start collaborating.
So can you type on there too?
Oh, see it.
Yeah. Oh, that's Felicity typing. It tells me who's typing.
Oh, does it?
Uh-huh.
There.
Oh, see, it didn't show me you were typing that though. So try typing more on your hello. So
this is fun. Who's that?
that's me. Oh, see? Okay, see, so
I love it.
It shows Christina's in purple, and when she types, it pops up her name under it, and then you're yellow. And when you're typing, it pops your name up. Yep. And then when you quit typing, it goes away, but it keeps the yellow prompt there. And then mine is just like regular.
Is yours that this is fun? I love it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna close that because I don't know. Like, how do I get out of that?
I don't have a color.
Yours is blue.
Blue?
Yeah, so yours is blue on mine.
Yeah.
Love it. That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna X out of it. See, we can do all kinds of cool stuff with Zoom.
I can share pictures, but like I said, I don't have anything that,
Cool.
is shareable.
I like the raise hand. That's probably that's neat.
Now that's what we used to do in my team meetings. Like if at work with because everybody was muted at first whenever we were doing a thing, but when somebody had a question, they would raise their hand, and then we'd be like, "Go ahead," and unmute them, and then they could talk. But
okay, good to know. Which I don't think that'll be a problem in the beginning, but as we get more and more people joining us, we might have to do something like that because when everybody, the background noise even picks up, you know? It's like the dog runs across the room and it's going to interrupt whoever's talking. You get a bunch of people on there and noise is going on.
Well, somebody has a TV on in the background and that's all you can hear.
Right, right.
Yeah, we had that with one of my older ladies.
Because they have to have it loud. Like, it looks so pretty outside over there today.
It's beautiful. I was surprised when I came out here.
I was out there earlier. It was pretty nice, but we've been inside for a little while now.
I haven't made it out. I had just woke up when you sent me that. I was like, what? I had to get coffee. I don't even know if it's decaf, so I don't know who made it. I don't know if it's from yesterday, but if it's from yesterday, it's the real stuff. But if it's my mom remade today, because I have a cure, so I use that. But there was already hot coffee, and I'm like, it's last day.
Have some of this. Yep. I ran out of mushroom coffee yesterday, so I actually drank real caffeine today. But I didn't get out of bed till like 9. I was tired. We went to the lake yesterday for. Yeah. I'm usually up at 6, but I didn't even hear Michael leave this morning. And usually I get up with him and let the dogs out, make him lunch. And I guess I was just tired because I did not even hear him leave. I was like, I woke up, the dogs woke me up like 8:45 or so. And I was like, well, that's weird. Michael's not here. And it's like, got up. I'm like, shit, it's like almost 9 o'clock. Wow. I was tired. But yeah, I slept good though. But I mean, I had Rosen in the bed with me the last couple nights because he came over Friday and he wants to sleep with me. And he sleeps like a walrus, and I mean, my kid's 10, so I don't get too many feet in my face in the middle of the night and stuff anymore, so I didn't sleep very good the last 2 nights because I had little Rosen sticking his foot in my nose and his hand in my mouth every 3 minutes, and I'm like trying to move him back, and then he's doing it to Michael, and Michael's like trying to move him back, and he's so cute.
Yeah, see, I had my 3-year-old granddaughter in bed with me one night, and that's the first time she's ever slept in my bed. And I had to put her on the other side that I sleep on because I didn't want her falling off the bed, hitting her head on the freaking nightstand. And then I had the 4-year-old in my bed the next night, and then I had my 5-year-old, and I'm like, ain't nobody sleeping in my bed tonight. But actually, I think Hank slept in my bed, but he's 7, so he's a pretty. Yeah, we don't have to deal with all that.
That's what we got home last night. Michael's like, all the dogs can get out of my room. Dusty Lane, you can go to your room. Like, I want my whole bed tonight. Because, you get one kid, then the rest of them and the dogs all got to come too. And it's just a queen size bed. They think they all fit, but.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, I had a king size bed, and with the 2 older boys, it was crowded.
Yeah.
Like, y'all wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it.
You got a food truck shirt on, Felicity. Are you going to do the food truck festival at the end of September?
Yeah. I'll be there.
Oh, I need to see if we can have Alyssa put us next to each other.
Oh, I bet they will.
Did you get a 10 by 10?
Yeah. What do you get?
10 by 20, because I'm going to do the paint booth stuff and the rocks. I just ordered this cute little fold out picnic table that it's like got 4 seats, but it folds. It's just like a 4 by 4 table, but it folds all up into like a 1 by 2 section, like for easy storage, and it like folds out and has 4 little seats on it. For the paint booth for the kids to do their paint stuff. So that'll be cool. I'm hoping it's here in time.
Yeah, that will be cool.
Yeah.
If not, we have a folded table.
Right? Do you?
Picnic bench thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have one of those, but I did. I just ordered one for the kids to do for the paint booth stuff. And yeah, so we'll be there. I'll send her a message and see if she can put us next to you. Is it under?
Yes.
What'd you register it under?
It's Ember's Esoteric Farm, but I think she'll know it's me if you say Felicity's. Every time she saw me before I signed or sent the application, because we always see each other at Firefly, she's like, "Hey, are you gonna be there?" And I was like, "I don't know yet." And then finally I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there. But check out my pumpkin as big as my head."
What? That's sweet.
Wow.
I love it.
Awesome.
I love it. That's cool.
See, yet another reason I want my own space, because I want to have just a little garden to get my own fresh vegetables. I don't trust the grocery store.
Yep. Yep. I want to get a greenhouse going.
Us
Yeah,
too.
I want one of those too.
Uh-huh.
Have some weed in there, have some vegetables.
Yeah. I want a dang citrus tree and avocados and whatever, so I need like a real...
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I want, so my lemon tree, I've got one lemon and it's like golf ball size. It's so cool. I'm like, sweet. That's beautiful. Looking good. Yeah. Man, all my starter plants and stuff, I didn't ever go back and get all of them, so they probably all just died at the campground. So sad.
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't have anything growing, like, and we got over here and I had to work inside to get the house like livable, you know what I mean? So the yard, you can't walk outside without getting massacred by bugs because nobody's tended to any of this property for 20 years. So it's like walking into the woods. And it's like, so we're surrounded by a bunch of water, more so than down there. And like the whole back behind, like the wood line there, it's kind of swampy-ish, so once it starts getting close to dark, man, you go outside and it reminds me of those videos of people like taking a net and catching the mosquitoes and making hamburger patties out of them. I'm like, this is so bad. It's so bad. I'm going to have to get some of those mosquito dunk things that are the enzymes that eat the mosquito larvae and like just spread it through the whole yard because it's kind of swampy-ish, But yeah, so we didn't. Yeah, this fall and winter we plan on doing a lot of cleanup outside so that we can actually go outside again next year without getting eaten alive. I'm getting a fence put up so my dogs can run and we can get some chickens. They'll help.
Luke was saying you guys should get goats too, which is hilarious to hear coming from him as he was so against it. But now that I finally made him get it, he like loves them.
Yeah. Yep. Do you got him running around the yard?
Yeah.
Yep.
We have an electric fence area for them, and it's crazy because the grass was like as tall as I am back there, and we just got them a week ago, and now it's like the most manicured lawn back here. They did a very good job.
Very quickly, huh? Maybe I just need to borrow them.
You're gonna have to move this.
Yeah, maybe I just need to borrow them for like a week and put them on a leash and they can come over here and clean it up for us. Oh, they're so cute.
This one is Archie. This one is Clover. That's Little Buck. And then over there is Saigon, which she used to be Sage, but since we have our own Sage, we had to change her name.
Right.
But yeah, Clover's the sweetest. She's just like the most lovable little goat ever. And then Little Buck here is just a very excited young man.
I love them.
Yeah, they're so cute.
I think you're gonna have to get
adorable.
I think you're gonna have to get a horse trailer and do like a mobile petting zoo.
Yeah.
I always
just have them come out here.
Yeah, you could. I always wanted to do that right there on the corner of D Road and Tunnel Dam. Like when you're going from town down D Road and you would turn right onto Tunnel Dam on the uh left corner there, not where the house is, but on the other side of the road. They used to have a petting zoo.
On the left?
Mm-hmm. Like when you turn on Tunnel Dam Road on the left, that property right there used to be a petting zoo. Right there on the corner.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And they had goats and they had donkeys and they had little mini horses, like little ponies, like the miniature ones, you know, and they had some mini cows and chickens and all kinds of other little creatures.
Yeah.
I don't know. They had some peacocks out there but yeah, it was a petting zoo. And they did mobile petting zoo stuff too, but the lady that did all that passed away.
Oh, dang.
Gosh, probably 20 years ago now when Macy was little. And then I don't know who owns it or whatever now, but yeah, when I was a kid, it was a petting zoo. And people would go there.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'd love to have a cow out here too, and that'd give me an excuse. Like, oh yeah, it's a business.
Yeah.
Luke might be more okay with it.
Yeah, petting zoo. Like, you could start with, $10 admission, and that comes with one little cup of food. And then if they want to buy more food, it's $2 a little cupful, and you'd probably do all right. People are always looking for stuff to do around there that's family friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. Thought about trying to host like maybe a quarterly thing, as in like once every spring, fall, summer, winter, doing like a farm to table, like healthy, vegan, vegetarian friendly meal out here, and having people come out and see the farm and serve them, and I don't know, whatever. We'll see.
Do it. But so, like, vegan, vegetarian, is that no eggs though, and like no goat milk?
Well, vegetarians could have the goat milk and like eggs and cheese and whatever, but like, so it would be like you make your reservation, and if you put that you're vegan, then like I'll omit all of that stuff.
Right.
But if you're vegetarian, then it's like, yeah, cool, you can have the goat's cheese and
right.
eggies and all of that.
Right. Yeah, I get kind of
just having it.
Which ones can do what,
Yeah. I was vegan for like 7 months back in 2007. It was great. I mean, I felt so good, and it actually reversed some health issues that I had. But then we had the ice storm, and the only way we could eat was on the propane grill. So there went that for 2 weeks. But someday I'm going to get back to that.
Yeah.
It's just hard when you don't live on your own, and
yeah.
Luckily my daughter and her husband are all like, they're organic and they prefer like that, that. So that's good. I'm like, I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely tough coming out here. I'd say that, but my husband and I are both vegan for I want to say close to 7 years, and then we moved out here to the middle of Missouri, and it's like, there's not a lot of like restaurants that even have any sort of meal without cheese or meat or whatever. And
without animal byproducts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had to grocery shop for myself. I'd go to, because I lived in Springfield at the time, so I went to Mama Jean's, and I would get all of my stuff for the week, and then I'd have to cook for everybody else because I was married at the time to my kid's dad, and I had 2 kids, and they obviously weren't vegan, and so I had to cater, like cook my own stuff and then cook for them. And
right.
I did it, but
yeah,
I had a lot more energy back then too.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
See, yeah. I want to.
Now that we have our son.
Yeah. I want to, off the back of the house here, we have a deck, and it's a nice deck, but I want to take the deck down and build a like greenhouse room off the back of the house, you know, and have it down on the ground, and then I can put like wood heat out there for in the wintertime, and then I can grow my fruit trees year round. And if I drop it, if I drop it down and make it ground level, then my banana trees might actually fruit because they would be able to get tall enough.
Right.
Which would be amazing because they don't fruit now.
That would.
Yeah, they can't get tall enough to fruit now. So. Yep.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yep.
Whoa.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much. I had so much fun hanging out with you. Every Monday. So schedule your little schedule calendars. Next week we'll have a topic to actually talk about. Today I just kind of wanted to introduction, say hi, and play with Zoom a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I'll see you on Thursday. Yep. And I'll see you on Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, Felicity, let me know if you guys want to come play on the river Saturday.
Yeah, I'll ask Luke about it. It'll have to be in the afternoon because we're doing the market in the morning.
Yeah. Well, yeah, afternoon anyways, because my kid doesn't get out of bed before noon. And I'm okay with that.
Right.
All right, guys. Much love. I'll see you later. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye.